The year is 1953. A man walks into a hotel room in New York City. He is a scientist, respected, brilliant, and trusted by his government. Within days, he will be dead. The official story will call it a suicide, but decades later, documents will reveal something far more disturbing. This was not just a tragedy, it was part of a secret program, one designed to control the human mind. A program known as mkultra. At the height of the Cold War, fear ruled the world. The United States and the Soviet Union were locked in a silent battle, not just for weapons or territory, but for control over ideas, influence, and human behavior. American intelligence officials believed that enemies had already discovered ways to manipulate the human mind. There were reports, some true, some exaggerated, of prisoners being brainwashed, forced to confess, or turned into obedient agents. The question that haunted the CIA was simple: what if the human mind could be controlled like a machine? In 1953, the CIA launched a top-secret research program. It was approved by CIA Director Allen Dulles. Its purpose was clear but chilling: to explore whether drugs, psychological methods, or other techniques could be used to control human behavior. The program was given a code name, mkultra. What followed was not a single experiment, but a vast network of secret projects. More than 150 sub-projects were carried out. They involved universities, hospitals, prisons, and private research institutions. Many of the people involved had no idea they were working for the CIA. Even more disturbing, many of the subjects had no idea they were part of an experiment at all. One of the central tools of mkultra was a drug that was still poorly understood at the time: lysergic acid diethylamide, better known as LSD. The CIA believed LSD might unlock the secrets of the mind. Could it break a person's will? Could it erase memories? Could it force someone to reveal secrets? To find out, the agency began testing it, sometimes on volunteers, but often on unsuspecting individuals. In safe houses set up in cities like San Francisco and New York, the CIA carried out strange and secret experiments. In one operation known later as Operation Midnight Climax, people were lured into rooms where they were secretly given LSD without their knowledge. Their reactions were observed through one-way mirrors. The goal was not therapy, it was control. Elsewhere, prisoners were used as test subjects. Patients in mental hospitals were exposed to extreme conditions. Some were given drugs repeatedly for days or weeks. Others were subjected to intense psychological pressure, including sensory deprivation and electroshock treatments. In many cases, the line between research and abuse disappeared completely. One of the most controversial figures in mkultra was Dr. Sidney Gottlieb. He was the chief scientist behind the program. Under his direction, experiments pushed the limits of ethics and human rights. Gottlieb believed that by breaking down the human mind, it might be possible to rebuild it in a controlled way. It was a dangerous idea, and for many subjects, it had devastating consequences. Among the victims was Dr. Frank Olson, the scientist who walked into that hotel room in 1953. Olson had been unknowingly given LSD during a meeting with colleagues. In the days that followed, his behavior became erratic. He experienced severe psychological distress. 9 days later, he fell from the window of his hotel room. For years, his death was ruled a suicide. But in the 1970s, as investigations into mkultra began, new details emerged. Olson had been part of the program. His family later learned that he had been dosed with LSD without his consent, carried out secret experiments on its citizens. The idea of mind control was no longer just science fiction. It was something that had been seriously pursued at a human cost. Yet even today, many questions remain unanswered because so many records were destroyed. The full extent of mkultra may never be known. How many people were affected? How many lives were damaged or lost? The answers are incomplete. What is clear is that mkultra represents a moment when fear and secrecy pushed scientific research beyond ethical limits. It shows what can happen when power operates without oversight, and it serves as a reminder that even in the pursuit of national security, there must be boundaries. The story of mkultra is not just about the past. It raises questions that are still relevant today. How much should governments be allowed to do in secret? Where should the line be drawn between security and human rights? And can science ever justify experiments that harm individuals without their knowledge? In the end, mkultra did not succeed in controlling the human mind, but it did reveal something important about human nature. Not the ability to control others, but the consequences of trying. Because the real story of mkultra is not about mind control. It is about trust, power, and the cost of crossing ethical lines in the name of fear. And that is a story the world cannot afford to forget.